Hello. Am I on? Is it on? It's not looking right. No change there then. Okay. All right, that's better. Maybe now it's on. Or maybe I was talking to myself. I don't know. Okay. So, hello. It is the last day of July 2020. It's I don't know about other people, but the days and the weeks and the months are just galloping by me. I remain in isolation. I remain extremely happy. I remain busy because all of a sudden it's Friday again and it's a new month coming again. So I'm going to today intend for the cards to talk about what August is going to bring for us. Trish Rossiter, hello, my goodness. Hello from the Philippines. Hello back to you from Ottawa. Delighted to have you here. Please give me your direct and implicit permission to draw cards for you. Write it in the comments. This it's not even 2:01 and already you're here. I love it. Love it, love it. Thank you. Okay. I will. Oh, and now it's sticking. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Trish, if it took from when I said, can you see me, until you said, we can see you, then there was probably a half a minute in between. So I will expect that to be my delay. And Joanna says, yes, please. Okay. All right. Oh, Joanna said it first, Trish. Sorry. Everybody gets a card. Don't worry. Okay, so this is for Joanna, and this is around the energy that's going to be with you for the month of August, which is upon us so quickly. Okay, for Joanna. Oh, okay. This is a neat card. I like this. Okay, it's number 15, and it's the card of synthesis. So it is about being at the center of a system, and it may be at work, it may be at home, it could be in any of different realms of your life, but where you are fetching from many different directions. So when you bake a cake, you need to bring flour that has been, hey Regina, that has been trucked in from the Canadian prairie, and you're getting vanilla that has come from a spice island somewhere. I'm not even sure where we grow vanilla. And you're getting eggs that are from the farm down the road. You're bringing stuff from all different sources, but you are the one who is going to make the cake, right? And the synthesis card is about that kind of energy where there's all sorts of inputs from all sorts of places. You are the one who is charged with putting it together into something that makes sense. So it might be that you're doing research and creating a position paper for something at your working life. It might be that you're organizing a safely distanced event for a family birthday. It might be any number of things, but during August you're going to be required to go to different places, to go to different sources, at least if you can't travel, to bring something together, to create a holistic product out of things from multiple places. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so Trish, I see you there. Regina. It is so nice when people come back. I love it. Trish, I'm reasonably sure you've been here before. I think Joanna's a new name. Okay, this is for Trish. Okay, and it's this one. And oh my, in the month of August, the energy that's with you is around self-awareness. So I have no idea if you are focusing on personal work at the moment, or if you are in some way redefining how you feel about yourself, but you're very much going to be supported around the work and the effort that goes into figuring yourself out, which ultimately is not. Oh, Joanna, that's so cool. um Figuring out your identity, getting rid of all the things that are not really you, and getting down to the essence of the absolute authentic, and that Trish that is your immortal soul. You get to strip everything away that isn't that. And in order to do that, you have to figure out which bits are not you. Hard work. The one and the zero, it's backwards camera gets me every time. The one is your central identity. The zero is the whole cosmos, and they come together, they add up to make you. The cosmos is within you, just as the sun is within this rose bush, right? It is it is your work for August, and we've got lovely energy in August universally on the calendar. We're still in the 4 year. We're having this lovely flow of cosmic balancing energy coming in, combining to create a 3, which is the place of inspiration. So for you to be in that sort of cosmic support, and then given the chance to work on your self-awareness, that's really cool. Really, really cool. All right, so Joanna, the card knew what it was. That's amazing. Hello, Marcel. Regina, I'm going to draw for you, and then Marcel, whoops, if you would like a card, let me know in the comments, and we will have a look at, okay, August energy for Regina. I'm so glad, Joanne, that makes sense for you. That makes me happy. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice, Regina. I hope you have chance to connect to this. You've got to the 30. That 3 is that portal of inspiration that I was talking about. So you're aligned with the energy of August really well. The 3 and the 0 together again, bringing in the cosmic forces. That's just absolutely perfect. Still adds up to a 3 where you're inspired, and stuff can flow from the unseen into the physical world through you. And it won't feel like work, and it isn't going to take a lot of efforting. Hopefully you're in a place of alignment where what is supposed to happen just feels right, and it's like you're playing all the time, and you're in that energy of joy, which so many of the teachers teach us is what we're here for, right? Today I was listening to an audio from Alan Watts, who is, I believe, long time ago, he made his transition away from physical again, but it was about the journey is the destination. You don't go to a concert just in time to hear the last chord, because that's what it's all about, getting to the last chord. We go for the process, and that's what life is like. It's about finding that play and that joy, and just being in it uh, as the moment goes. Trish, I see that. Okay, your 60th, your Chinese horoscope comes around the 2, because there are 12 animals and 5 elements. So it takes 60 years before you're back in the same vibration that you were born into, the same sign and the same everything. So that's really cool. Yes. Stay in touch. I want to talk to you. Marcel, yes, here I go. Kathleen, I see you, and then Sally Ann may have a card. Absolutely. So, Marcel. Hello, Marcel. I'm loving your music collection and loving being connected with you. Thank you so much for that. Okay, for myself for August. Oh, okay. We have 14, which is the design card. I love the design. I wish now that I had a picture from the side of the Queen Anne's lace as well, because the intricacy of how one of those blooms is put together is just remarkable. Anyway, 14, we have the 1, which is you. We have the 4, which is that practicality, that building, that foundational energy, and they're coming together to create change. So just as when we design something, we're on the graph paper and we're making all the stuff to scale and tending to the details, that very 4 energy. But then when we're done, when we have it, we've got something expansive and progressive, which is 5 energy. So I don't know if there are things that you are currently designing or there's a planning to it. There's a making things smoother. You know, when we talk about design, we think about something like an iPhone and how it has moved away from the old rotary dials and talking to operators and things. It has the design is now something that fits our hand and fits how we think. It becomes an extension of ourselves. So something in August where you're going to be creating a place of just comfortable progress, if that makes any sense at all. Kathleen Cummings. Yes, indeed. And you're welcome, Regina. Kathleen, you may have a card. And then I'm going to Sally Ann. Yes, I am well. Thank you. I'm very happy. Very, very happy. Okay, Kathleen. Kathleen. For August, I have to clear myself. There are so many things I would like to say to you, but they're all from my mind and not necessarily from the cards. However, the card for Kathleen for August. Oh, interesting. It is a 12. It is the sumac. It's very interesting. I'm getting senses for the conceptual age. My energy clearly there. Okay, so the 1, which is Kathleen at her very heart, the 2, which is the relationships, the people in your life, in your family, your community, your global village that we can connect to with technology. They're coming together in a 3. 3 is the vibration for August. Um, there is I picked this picture because the story of the sumac, all of the seasons are represented in this picture. There's the yellow, there's the green, there's the red and the orange and the brown. They're all there. The message, the idea of story is bringing us back to that place where we can inspire ourselves by the story that we tell. So if we get out of bed telling ourselves a story about how it's going to be a horrible day and my foot hurts, I think I've said this before in one of these lives. Telling the story and repeating the story of your sore foot. Make sure you limp all day Friday, right? Whereas when we create the story about how we are moving forward and how we are able to overcome what's going on with our foot and how we are improving other people's lives. The story of our contribution is hugely important. And when we're aligned and we're allowing that 3 inspiration to flow through, the story is what we're here to tell and what we're here to live. And it's again, the word smooth keeps coming back to me today. There's a smoothness that comes in. So I hope that makes sense. There's a whole lot of other stuff I'd like to say about story too, but I won't. Yeah, okay. Sally Ann. Sally Ann, Sally Ann. Hello, Ian. You don't have to wait till after everybody else. You have to wait till after Sally Ann, but you are next in line. So this is good. Marcel, you are very welcome. I am so glad that you got here today. Sally Ann, I'm sorry if you've been here like every Friday for the last 8 weeks. I apologize now, but I'm not recognizing your name. So if you are new, welcome. And if you're not new, thank you for coming back and please excuse me. All right, this is for Sally Ann. Sally Ann. Okay, you got stuff going on, Sally Ann. You are welcome, Kathleen. Whoa. Okay, all right, sorry. I'm, what can I tell you? What happens in the live frequently stays in the live, and I just am completely disconnected. Hi, Heather. Yes, indeed, you are in the queue. So this is for Sally Ann. We have the number 19. So potential, which is a lovely, lovely number. When you're at the center of one of these clusters of pine needles, you can choose your own direction. You have the potential to go wherever you want to. And in some ways, this ties into that previous, the idea of it was the self-awareness card, the idea of stripping away everything that is not you, figuring out all of all the directions you can go in, which ones are about pleasing the guy next door, or pleasing your children, or pleasing the bus driver, or whoever else you choose to please in the course of a day, and which ones are really and truly going to serve your central identity. The one is your central identity. The nine is that lovely holistic energy that contains all of the energies together, because we always add up till there's only one left, right? So this, of course, it's like the 10, because we add the 1 and the 9 and we get the 10, and we add the 1 and the 0 and we get that 1. That's you in relationship with the cosmos and in relationship with all of the energies of the physical world, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, of course. So yes, lots of choices to make. The direction, the lesson of this is to be very clear about what it is that the immortal spirit who is Sally Ann, the direction that your intention is going to take you. That is really rather lovely. All right, Ian. Ian in Darlington. Gorgeous place of a name. Yes, it is good. And then it's going to be Heather, and then who knows what might happen. Okay, so Ian, you're indecisive. Well, there's connection with that, isn't there? That we need to talk, Sally Ann. That's yes. All right. Okay. Ian. Ian in Darlington. Okay, Ian, you have number 7. The number 7 is called the teacher. So, unsurprisingly, this card is about teaching. Maybe more surprisingly is the beech nuts, which are so gorgeous. They're symmetrically beautiful, and they very much work on their own schedule. There is no such thing as one day when all the beech nuts ripen. There is, and they cannot be opened when they're not ready. There is the Montessori system teaches on based on the idea of teachable moments that children come in. Oh, where are you? I've lost you there. That everybody has a moment when they're ready to learn something, and certainly I've had times when information has been repeated, and round about the fourth time I go, oh, it hadn't penetrated before. And that's how Montessori works, with the idea that when you're ready to learn something, you will learn it, and designing their programs according to that. Beech nuts are like that. They open when they open and not at any other time. So the idea of, I think the idea of that coming up, Ian, is that you're coming into some learning, that your time is here for you to learn some stuff, and of course how you conduct yourself in all of life is teaching the people around you how people conduct themselves in all of life. So being aware that you're setting an example, and right now that can be about going out and being safe and keeping distance, or it can be about not going out. People are going to learn from whatever it is that you are doing. So and I do know that there's learning opportunities for you coming up. So that's kind of cool. 7 is one of the spiritual energies. 7 and 9 are the two numbers that live on the spiritual plane. So, which of course, teaching and holistic connection, very spiritual concepts, and I think that works. Heather, I do have time. I have lots of time. Oh, it's 2:22, because that's what happens when we look at numbers, yes? Um, while you're here, anybody who hasn't so far, please like and follow this page on Facebook. And in my blurb, which I've no idea where you see the blurb when you come in as a participant, um, but I did put the link for my website. You can head over there and sign up for my free newsletter and get the news of where I am and what I'm doing. And if you want to see this session again, it will be here on this page, and it will be on my YouTube channel. Probably not until tomorrow. Go to YouTube, search my name, Joe Leath, and there's a whole channel with a whole lot of stuff. So I would love that if you would do that. Okay. All right, commercial break over. Heather, I have, it's lovely to see you here. I have a lot of noises in my environment right now. I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah, okay. For Heather, for August. Oh, I hope you can't hear that. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so exploring the 3 and the 2. I love it. And 3, we've got a 3 vibration for August this year. It's the place of inspiration, creativity, new stuff coming from the unseen into the physical world. 2 is about our community, our relationships, our interactions with other people. And they're adding up to a 5, which is the number of progress, expansion, travel, movement, adapting to new situations. Um, I don't know that you're actually getting to physically go exploring very much in your life, but this is. Oh, Ian, I knew that. Yes. Um, I knew that, but I forgot it. Um, exploring also, you can sit in your place of work and explore all over the world and all over time and space, ultimately climbing into the minds of writers past and present, and there's exploring is a really huge category, and where you're taking that in August, I do not know at this time. Being consciously aware of the growth that you're experiencing would maybe direct some of your explorations, I guess, if that makes any sense. It is definitely a growing time. By the end of August, you will have new ideas and new understanding of things that you want and things that you don't want, and finding that clarity around some of the things that are going on in your life. That's how I would think that would be. Okay. Sally Ann, if you're still here, your indecisiveness, yeah, it reflects in the card for sure, because as I said, you're at the center and you can go in any one of the directions. Okay, I'm glad, Heather, that's good. Um, I'm concerned that you're labeling yourself indecisive, because when we say I am, we're creating an atmosphere and a reflection from the universe. Um, you are perhaps sometimes a little overwhelmed by how many choices there are, and being overwhelmed is it can be difficult, but it's something that is it exists in order to overcome. There's nothing wrong with you. There's just way too many possibilities for you to cope with easily. So getting to that place, and like I said before, that chipping away, deciding which ones you're doing to please other people and which ones really do speak to your soul, that is uh, that is the work of it, right? So I hope um, I hope that you stay around and that you come back and that you sign up for the newsletter, and let's try and find a way to do some connecting around that, because that I don't think you're so indecisive. I think you have some work to do figuring out which way to go. That's all. That's nothing wrong with that. We all have to pause and figure stuff out. Absolutely not a negative. Absolutely perfectly all right. I'm really, really hoping you can't hear all the noises. I don't know what's going on above my ceiling, but something loud. All right, so nobody new has come in. Anybody who's here, if I've missed you, I apologize, and please let me know in the comments, because I have tried really hard to keep track, but that doesn't mean that I did. Just because, commercial announcement, the deck, I'm using, whoops, backward camera. This is the deck, and I'm looking a little ratty. I have a whole big lot of them now, and they are for sale again over on my website, joleath.com. At the moment, they're on the tab that says readings. Okay, yes, we maybe need a session, Sally Ann. If there's a way that you can swing it to make an appointment with me over on my website under readings, you can get in touch with me by email. It's really not complicated. Or you can direct message me here on Facebook. I will get it, and we can talk, and maybe you can sign up for a session at some point. Also, it's not gonna help that, but I am going to be doing some Zoom sessions that everybody needs to know about. If I can figure out where my calendar is to give you the dates. I think going to be some Monday afternoons, and actually Sally Ann might help you. I'm going to do breathing for adult beginners, which is kind of a fun session, a fun workshop. Um, so getting together on Zoom and doing some breathing, and that can help with finding clarity sometimes. Just getting back away from the busyness and into that central energy that flows with our breath. So yes, that might help, Sally Ann. I don't know for sure, but at least if we're in a Zoom, we can talk back and forth better than this. I would like that. Okay, so what else? Thank you, Trish. I take it maybe you're leaving. Um, yes, do be in touch. Be on the newsletter. Be on the website. Be around here. Love it. I went back here Fridays. I said Friday for as long as the lock-in lasted, and that continues to be true. I was going to count and I didn't. It was mid-March when I started, so it has been a little while. It's the end of August, or the end of July. I can't believe it that August is upon us. It has come around very quickly. And part of that is because I have been really busy, which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So designing some workshops, breathing for adult beginners I've been doing for a long time. I used to deliver that in Nova Scotia and I left there in 2012. So it's fairly well established. Um, I'm working on the books aren't here either, a really nice one around finding priorities, which actually, Sally Ann, that might help you too. Oh, see, now I'm just going to start thinking old. And yeah, there's a lot. The Six Senses for the Conceptual Age, absolutely useful in understanding. For those of us who were born in the 1900s, and I think certainly everyone that I know in here is over 20. There, unless somebody has sneaked in, I don't think so. I don't know how old Regina is. Um, this is a very different time than the world that we were trained in. And coming to, you need a bit of everything. Well, that's all right. I got a bit of everything. Or at least, yeah, what I've got everything of. Um, and if you have the time to come to some of my Zooms and things, that would be so awesome, Sally Ann. It really would. Okay, what else can I tell you? Lovely energy for August, given that the world is in a state right now. There is flow, there is balance doing its best to get in. There is that the overall three is the place of allowing new stuff. It's about creativity and creation. It's about things that already exist in the unseen being brought into the physical world. And I think people who are likely to be here today are you know that in the unseen there is absolutely joy and love and peace and harmony and all of those things, and finding ways to bring those into our homes and our villages and into how we conduct ourselves. If there are chances in August that we can begin to manifest that, then it will spread. It absolutely will spread, and the it's there. It's ready for us. It is about whether we will allow or we will resist. The 8th of August, that infinite looping of energy as it goes from the unseen into the seen and back again, and just the one feeding the other, feeding the first. Beautiful energy, beautiful, beautiful energy, and coming together into a three is just absolutely. There's so much potential for improvement and progress and well-being. Abraham Hicks, if you know their teachings, this is a universe of well-being. There is so much well-being for all of us, and all we need to do is allow it. I do believe that. So getting out of our own way sometimes and connecting with the well-being that surrounds us. It's beginning to sound like a sermon. Is there anybody lurking who has just come in? Let me know that you would like a card, and I will happily draw one just for you. Okay, my comment box is okay. I think I've just realized why Trish said what she said when she said it, and that's a good thing. I'm in favor. Okay. So what else can we talk about? August. August is lovely. This year. Oh, happy birthday. How lovely to see you, Eric. Okay. So I've been drawing looking for August energy. Maybe we can intend this to be for your year until your next birthday next July 31st. That would be a good thing. Nice. Okay. This is release. This is a time of, hello, Marjorie from New Zealand. Welcome. Eric, you're in a time of transition and a time of letting go of the way things used to be and adapting to new conditions, which are going to grow naturally from what was. I'm trying to think what year you're in. You're 1973, so then there was so 7. You're in a year ending with 7. So now you're in a year ending with 7. So you're moving from 6 to 7, right? See, again, you've lined up with the 3 energy of August. When you listen to the video of this call, we've been doing a lot of 3 talk. The 2 that is your community, that very often comes, I know in your life, community comes before self frequently. And so, of course, that's how it showed up. I don't know if we had the number 12. I think we did. Community combined with the self, coming together as a 3, that place where the cosmos flows. You are used as a conduit to bring ideas and concepts and non-physical things into the world. So whether that is like design, or it's the idea for a reflection, or what it is. Okay, Sally Ann, thank you so much. I don't know if you'll ever learn to be an introvert. You might learn not to climb the walls while you're in isolation. Poor darling, I'm so sorry. Anyway, they're coming together, and yeah, creativity and new stuff that you bring, and this is a time, and actually, where so many of us are in that place of release, where we can't go back. We just got to let go of what was and move forward with what is. How are you seeing me and talking to me? You're supposed to be on a bicycle far, far away. I'm delighted that you're here. That's lovely, and it's really unexpected. Marjorie, I see you, and I absolutely will draw a card for you next. I'm so tickled that you're here. This is, we opened the hour with somebody from the Philippines, so it's evidently it's Pacific, far away from me day today. It's lovely. Oh, and we had Ian was here from the UK. So, wow, I love it. The people that I know where you are, you're from everywhere. Okay. Yes. So I hope you're well, and okay, Sally Ann had to leave. That's all right. Okay. All right, Marjorie. So you're oh, I don't know what time. It's August already, isn't it? New Zealand. I think so. I'm drawing anyway for an energy for the month of August. This is for Marjorie. Okay, so Marjorie, you are in midwinter. I don't imagine that you have conditions quite like this, but I could be wrong. But there's something going on with you that isn't moving, and that's all right. It is the 1st of August. Wow, you're up early. That's lovely. Um, there's some area of your life where keeping still is actually the the most desirable situation. It's a warning not to be impulsive, not to rush something before its time is ready. To these I have no idea whether you get freezing rain like this in any part of New Zealand. I know you've got lots of mountains and skis and things, but this the limbs of the rose bush are sort of as if they've been dipped in glass, right? They're sheeted with ice that has fallen as a super cold liquid and then congealed and set around. So to move those branches and twigs would be to shatter the ice and damage the the shrub. So just leaving it alone, keeping still until conditions are right and temperature climbs enough. Um, the two and the two is about community. It's about relationships. It's about your dealings with other people, and that can be your immediate your germ bubble who you're with all the time, or it can be a greater community. And even right now, this minute, you and I are community, Marjorie. So there's lots of room around how you define that, and you will probably know way better than I do what that means for you and what this situation is about. But where you have, and it could be that there are two communities that you're the yeah, linchpin, the intersection between them. They're adding up though into a four, and four is that really solid foundational energy upon which you will build later. So keeping still, staying calm, staying allowing the circumstances to be what they are and waiting for them to change so that you can see when it's time to move forward. I think there's a call to just being really practical about what's going on. And I hope that makes sense to you. A practicality, a wait and see. Don't rush in. Don't be impulsive, because there's absolutely no benefit to moving forward before the circumstances are correct. And I hope that helps you in some way, supports what's going on for you. 6 in the morning, so you're like way far ahead of me. Way far. That's lovely. Okay, is there anybody else here who would like a card who hasn't yet, and whom I have not acknowledged? I apologize if that's the case. Sometimes this comment bar doesn't move at all, and I have to go looking for people, and sometimes it sort of scoots by and I miss things. So if I have missed you, it wasn't personal. Please speak up and let me know. And you are very welcome, Marjorie. I hope that serves you. And where are we at? Are people here? Are you all new? You've missed the commercial breaks? Please like and follow the page so that we can stay in touch. I would love if you go over to my website at. There must be a way for me to bring a newsletter sign up link and put it in the comments for here, mustn't there? I will look into that. In the meanwhile, joeleath.com. Sign up for the newsletter. There's a button. It's all very easy. And even though my newsletter host is Constant Contact, I must confess it's closer to constant neglect most of the time. Once a month at least, sometimes a little more often, occasionally for special stuff. But it isn't constant. Promise. I promise. I promise. There is stuff going on the website constantly, though. There are blogs there you can search. They're profoundly searchable. I love that about that site. Going back 8 years worth of blogs that for a long time they were weekly. Now they're 3 times a month. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And if you're interested in numerology and synchronicity and general ramblings, because I do ramble, it's all there. It's all there, recorded for posterity. So in August, I'm going to be doing some Zoom sessions. They are not yet listed on the website because July evaporated before I could realize what was going on. But that's something to watch for, and I'll do my best to get the schedule up before I send out a newsletter, because that way it can all go in together and hopefully you can find me. I do continue to be here on Fridays at 2 Eastern, so that's 6 o'clock Saturday morning in New Zealand. I'm so impressed that you're here, Marjorie. Thank you. It's I'm an early riser, but I'm not necessarily capable of actual communication. There's a lot of time just me and my coffee cup at first. Oh my. What else? What else? Birthday boy, are you still here? Because you have a sidekick who may or may not be around, and I would pull a card for them if they would wish, and if not, that's fine too. We're talking about August. I've talked a lot about August now. I have most of the noise has stopped. If you're watching the video, you need a card. There we go. So yes, if you're watching the video, you will care that there was big noise. All right, community card. Community card. Isn't it interesting? Nothing has jumped out today. Sometimes they're so jumpy. Today, not so much. For the community, the people watching the video who didn't get to be here today. Oh, discernment. You are so welcome, Marjorie. Discernment. This is a mock orange bush. Early in the spring. It is representing itself as something that it isn't. And the card is suggesting that you pay attention to the things around you. Hello, Pam. Yes, I will pull you a card. Absolutely. This is the community card, so it's for you too. Um, the one and the three. The one is that central identity. Three is that place of inspiration and your connection with the cosmos and the unseen creation. They're adding up together to a four, which is about practicality and solidity and reliability. When you don't feel quite right about something, whether it's, somebody's terms and conditions, or whether it's somebody telling you that they need to come in and check your phone line, whatever it is, there's something that you just kind of go, oh, that doesn't smell right. It doesn't smell right. And your connection with cosmic wisdom is informing you, and make sure that you're following your knowing, discerning right from wrong, and dealing with that, because you know that you know, and I know that you know, and it is never your job to surrender your knowing to somebody else's certainty. That's a really good line. Write that down. Woo. Okay, Pam. Hello. Welcome back. I'm drawing for August today. So lovely to see you. I've been babbling a lot about August. If you missed it, then it's on the video. It's all good. All right. So for Pam, for August. Ooh, lovely. We're so coordinated with the universe today. I like this. It's eight, which is of course one of the big energies of August. It's the eighth month. It's that flow, that lovely. I've been talking about the flowing energies in August all hour, and you have drawn it. It's so lovely. I love redhead fountain grass. I really, really do. Um, Balance and symmetry and allowing. It's very often about allowing. We spend a lot of our physical lives resisting reality and wanting things to be different than they are. And if we would cease with the resisting and start with just allowing it. That doesn't mean that you agree. It doesn't mean that you approve. It just means that it is what it is. Stop breaking yourself, banging your head on a brick wall, right? Walk along the wall, there will be a gate. Allowing the flow of what is, and being sufficiently quiet and centered to allow the flow of wisdom that is yours, that is connected with your deep being, and it is balanced and harmonious. I just saw a note of of words about eight energy just before we came in. I don't know what I was seeing. Oh, isn't that strange? No. Oh, that's so weird. Get quiet to flow the wisdom, it says. I don't know what I was writing, but the eight flow. Get quiet to flow the wisdom. Um, so I don't know whether you have a quiet practice, if you meditate or you pray or you hug trees or you do something fast, athletic, cycling or running or something, where you get into a zone where you can connect to spiritual information and inspired thought and whatever names we give, there is flow for you available in August, for sure, for sure. And it is the orange bar. It is a fruit. It is coming logically out of things that have gone on before, just as the fruit of a tree, or indeed the seed head of a grass, is a result of the previous growing and shooting and blooming and being pollinated, and then growing more, and the sunshine and the rain and everything else contributes to it. Ultimately we have a fruit. Eight is one of the fruiting energies, so you're reaping the benefits of things that have gone before during August. That's a nice place to be in, for sure. You walk in nature. That's lovely. Yes, yes, I always say tree hugging, but yeah, you don't have to be still to be quiet and to be in that place. And there are lots of different kinds of walking meditations, where I work with labyrinths a great deal, which may or may not be in nature. Sometimes they're painted on pavement downtown. Sometimes they're mowed into grass. But if you can have that kind of oh, it's a transcendent experience, because in a labyrinth, of course, you don't have to make any decisions. You don't have to pay attention to which way you're going, or what's where you're headed, because the path only goes one way. There are no choices to make. There's no decisions. There's just being with the motion and yourself and spirit. And it's a different and more popular experience than sitting on a cushion with your ankles crossed, and the moving meditation, I think, is much easier in these times where we're accustomed to being busy and being physically active, and it's equally valuable. Sitting is lovely if you can, and if that's something that calls to you, but it's absolutely not the only way to meditate. Walking in nature, being with the natural world, of which we are a part, and we sometimes forget that because we're on cement and we're sitting in metal boxes and we're zooming around at unnatural speeds. Getting to that place where we can just be. It's about being instead of doing, right? And I think walking in nature is a being. The walking is almost negligible in terms of disconnection from nature. It's absolutely not. So that's a good thing, Pam. I'm really glad. I'm trying to. I know you've been here. I recognize your name. I'm not convinced that I know where you are in the geographic world, but I hope you're somewhere lovely. I do. I do. It is. I'm at the moment in a fairly urban environment, so I don't get the same nature walking. I do. I, I can work with sitting. I can sit relatively well, and I do. And I oh, if I didn't meditate every day, I would. I don't know. It feels as though there are days when I miss, and I don't go through the day going, oh my goodness, I missed my meditation. What happens is, at the end of the day, when I look back, I can't figure out what I've accomplished because my energy's been scattered. The the act of meditating kind of brings me together, and evidently I need that. I don't know where I go in the night. Maybe I'm off rampaging. You're in Virginia. Cool. Nice. I know nearly nothing about Virginia, but welcome. I'm so glad that you found me and that you keep coming back. That's lovely. And it's you have Okay, now I'm going to just expose my profound ignorance because the phrase Virginia Beach comes up. So I'm thinking that you are a coastal state, at least, maybe not where you live. Unless Virginia Beach is like in California, because that happens too. And yes, never mind, never mind. I hope I hope you're in a lovely place, and clearly, if you're working in nature, you've got stuff going for you. It is 3 o'clock. I hear no new people. I see no signs. I still haven't found out how to get the little eyeball symbol going. But this has been lovely. Thank you all so much for being here or for watching the video if that's what you've done, or indeed both if somebody left and said they would get the rest on the video. That's so lovely. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be back here next Friday. I will be zooming and doing other things in between, so please head over to the messaging services of all kinds and sign up for more information. I wish you all the very, very best for this coming month, and we will connect again. I have no doubt. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Namaste.